Rochelle White. Wow. How come you are always coming on fast all the way from Australia? You're always the first one to be here. Amazing. Welcome. Eric Osadolo. In Australia, isn't it 6 hours ahead? That's like 3 o'clock in the night, midnight. Wow. And she never misses anyone. You are a miracle. So 3 midnight, Rochelle White is up every single day, night and day. Never misses a program. No, not Australia, New Zealand. That is amazing. That is amazing. You are just special, special, special. Well, welcome everyone. Because of we are in HMT, I will not have all the time because we always take too long. Now my computer shuts down automatically by itself when I've gone too long, like 4 hours, 5 hours. It used to survive for 6 hours before. Now it's getting tired. it's feeling the pressure on itself. So the retreat is also affecting my computer. The HMT is having an effect on my computer. But on a serious note, we have serious business tonight. This whole week, most of the subjects I've been addressing is bordering on the fact that to start the new year, like before the new year, I said stop looking for miracles, stop running after miracles, stop expecting miracles. Now in the new year, this whole week, you can be your own miracle. You can create your own miracle. You can take charge of your own life. So all the things I've been doing and saying all this week is to confirm and affirm that truth, that you could actually be in charge of your own life. And of course, added value thanks to HMT, because HMT is making me to be able to go the extra mile and be able to do more and talk more and expound more on some things. So let's quickly go and make a copy of let's go and get a copy of this message. Let's go and share the message right now. The way to get the copy is for you to just press the share button. If you press that share button, so that way you are going to get a copy come to your own. You're going to get a copy of it on your timeline. So let's go and get a copy, and we'll be ready to start. The topic for tonight is: are you going to be rich or poor? Win or lose? You decide. Are you going to be rich or poor? Win or lose? It's your decision. So what I'm going to talk about is that in this new year, every one of you that decide, and not just in the new year, in life in general, you can decide to be rich and you'll be rich. You can decide, and you might not be rich, but you will see also that it's not God though. God is neutral in all this business. And just leave God alone out of this. And if you are rich, it will be your decision. If you are poor, it will be your decision. If you win in life, it will be your decision. If you lose in life, it will be your decision. So leave God out of it and leave all the prophecies. All the people promising you that if you come to get anointing service or anointing and oil, anointing, whatever, faith and offering, that you are going to be rich, they are deceiving you. Let me just tell you right there, right now. Mm-hmm. Everything only depends on you, on what you do or what you fail to do, right? And I'm going to tell you today how it... I'm going to let you know today, and I'm going to give you the points, and that will decide. And you can decide. And you yourself can prophesy your own destiny. You yourself can predict what either you are going to be rich in life or you are going to be poor. You can decide. You can predict. So, where is Peace? You will need you to take your place. If you want, you might want to give her a seat. And Frank, is Frank anywhere near? Okay, Frank, I think you should take the iPad and enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Pastor.
Wait. Somebody is writing, Christina. I think it's a girl writing that. Okay. Christina, with a prostate shoot. I can't Christina. Where is Christina here?
She wrote something.
Masha, before?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm not even reading the thing. Okay, let you take up. Okay, we might need to take the table away. So what did I call the thing? Are you going to reach your poor? What did I call it? Huh? Are you going to be rich or poor, right? You decide. Okay. So when it comes to poverty, for example, let me just ask you right now, without my own teaching, just what you think on your own. Don't give me the right answer, the one I expect, okay? Just who you are. Just give me the truth, the way human beings think. People like you. Yeah, just tell me, let me know what you think. What does a person how does a person knows that he is going to be rich, or if he's going to end up his life rich or poor? Not hope, not expect. Can a person live, and all of you that are sitting here, are you sure that right now you are going to be rich or poor, or after you are going to be rich or poor? Or I'm not talking about hope. Everybody is hoping one day it will happen. That's not the one I mean. No. I'm saying the one that is, how does one show? Because you are not the only one to go to university in Ukraine or anywhere. There have been people before you were born who have been finishing universities, and they were also hoping just like you. And they finished medical or whatever school, and they had hoped, and they were still hoping, that they too will finish school and one day will become somebody. Do you think all of them have become rich? And is it majority that has become rich? Huh? In your own country where you are coming from, is it majority that is rich? So what is the factor? The Buhari is to blame. That's what they are writing there. Is it Buhari that's the factor that decides if a person is going to be rich or poor?
Now we know he's not the one.
Now we know. But in my country, where I come from, where you come from, so everybody is writing me every day to say, why are you not talking about Buhari? He's the one that has put us in this mystery. But it's not true. I cannot talk about it because it's not true. So, normally, what do normal people think? Who decides who becomes rich or poor? What decides it? God, that's number one. God. Huh? Your parents. Okay, your parents. If you are happy, if you are lucky with parents. Or what? What?
The status of your parents.
Parents, yeah, we had that already. Connections. Connection decides if you are rich or not. No, connection can only decide job, not rich. Huh?
It can also. It depends on the contract. You only get a contract.
A normal person's definition of being rich is having money. So if connections can get you a job that gets you a big salary, then in your mind,
that means rich.
Yes. To a normal person.
To an average person. To an average person, not normal, average.
Okay, so we have discovered that it is what? Parents, God, connection, and luck. So what is luck? Favor. Where does that one come from? Favor. Okay, let's put it down now. Favor. Lucky. Lottery.
When you go.
Okay, gambling, then what? Seed sowing. One can become rich by sowing seed. Some people believe it.
Your pastor will tell you. So
What?
Your pastor
Your pastor will tell you that.
What?
You will be so
Just for the seed, don't worry.
And are there some people who believe it?
Plenty of them.
They are very plenty.
Okay, sowing seed, all right? Huh? No. Is that, everybody talks about that. Green card. No, that's huh? Cult. So people go to cult. Witchcraft. Money rituals, huh? How many of them have we? How many of them do we have now? That is still not true. How many do we have?
Prophecy. We have
Miracle and prophetic declaration. Okay. Anointing. Okay. Anointing can also do it. Fasting and prayer. Fasting and prayer.
Go to church for 100 days.
Huh?
Go to church for 100 days and fast.
100 days.
100 days
And you give them money. What? Mountain top? That is prayer. What? The corruption. Okay, corruption. Faith confession. Education. Good. Okay, 419. Okay, that's corruption, fraud. That's scam.
Name it and claim it.
Name it and claim it. Heritage, yes? We talk about
Becoming a politician.
politics. Okay. So mention, you stand up and give us all the list that we got.
Okay. God, status of parents.
No. Somebody can become rich. The contemporary understanding of wealth, how wealth comes, and who creates riches and wealth for people, how people become rich. These are the contemporary stereotypes that we have right now, the belief system regarding wealth. Okay, we say money comes from wealth, and riches come from who?
God.
God gives you money. Okay, that's one.
Status of your parents.
Your parents, or inheritance of your parents, or status of your parents is your source of, it gives you money. Okay.
Connection. Luck. Favor. Seed sowing. Secret cult. Money rituals. Miracle.
Those are the things that give you money. Oh. Those are the ways people get to have money. Okay.
Prophetic declaration.
Yes. Those are the things that make you to be wealthy and to be rich. Okay. I didn't hear.
Anointing.
Me, I'm hearing. Anointing oil, or anointing in general. Anointing is what will give you money. Okay.
Fasting and prayer.
Okay.
Corruption.
Okay.
Faith confession.
Okay.
Education. 419 scam. Politics.
Okay.
Witchcraft.
Okay. So these are ways people think they could make money right now, right? Both the legal and illegal ones. Good, bad, and ugly, eh? Okay. Now, let me now begin to tell you my own understanding. What did I call the topic? Are you going to be rich or poor? Win or lose? You decide. Is that clear enough, or you want to upgrade it? You want to correct it, or it's clear enough? It's clear enough. Okay. Are you going to be rich or poor? Win or lose? I say you decide. That's the topic, right? Hello, look. You decide. So now let me give you the points that Peace has to write down. Please write down this number 1 point. Everyone, every human being on earth is already is equally wealthy as any other person, or is already as wealthy as any other person. Every individual on earth has equal amount of wealth. Everybody in the world, every individual has the same amount of wealth, the equal amount of wealth. Every human being on earth. That is that statement is not just uncustomary. That statement is not just unconventional. That statement by itself is not just revolutionary. That statement could actually be qualified as blasphemy by a lot of people. And it is just so much out of this world that only people like you now will be able to believe it. And even for you to believe it, I still need to remind you a little bit of what we spoke about yesterday. So, who can tell me on what basis is that statement true? First of all, it is true because wealth is greater and more important than riches.
Yes.
Number two, why it is true, is because riches and money are only expressions and forms or particles of wealth. So riches therefore come from wealth, and money come from riches. But the grandmother of them all is wealth. So if you have wealth and you say you are poor, it is your choice. That is why I said, rich or poor, you decide. Win or lose, you decide. Now, let me tell you something about yourself. Something about yourself. In regards to, in relations to wealth and poverty. Write that next statement I'm going to say now. Every human being, including the poor, everyone in your country, in my country, in Nigeria, is walking about with unestimable number or amount of wealth. Everyone is walking about every day, going to his room and coming out, sleeping and waking up with inestimable amount of wealth. But at the same time, he is busy looking for money. So everybody is surrounded by wealth, is carrying wealth, but busy, too busy to notice wealth. Why? Because too busy looking for money. So the next point is, the reason why people don't see their wealth and available wealth to them is because they don't know or they don't understand what wealth is. And because of that lack of understanding of what wealth is, or what riches is, or what riches are, they are too busy. They get themselves busy looking for money while neglecting and bypassing wealth and riches. Next point. Number 3, therefore, let's remind ourselves what wealth is and why everyone is already rich. I think you have to write them in under that same 1 point. Under that, under that same. Why did you?
Okay, on that number 2.
Under number 3.
Okay.
But just I'm going to give many points, but they are going to be under that same
3.
point. I'm going. Okay. What wealth is time. Real wealth are in those ones we gave you. How many points we gave you yesterday? Wealth is time. That is the raw materials from which all riches and money come from. Number 2, wealth. Number 2, greatest wealth. The greatest wealth in the world is time. The second greatest wealth is space. Space. The third greatest wealth is me, I, you, individual, the person. Number 4 greatest wealth is work. Number 5 greatest wealth is law and order. Law and order. So these are the source of all riches on the earth. And all riches and money come from these things. Come from these 5. Is it 5?
Yes.
5 fundamental. These are the fundamental wealth in the world. Now, I say, if everybody, I made a statement that everybody is wealthy, but they are too busy looking for riches or money. If this is the source of all wealth and all riches, how will you then qualify or assess that statement that everybody is equally wealthy as any other person in the world? Would that still be true, or you still want to contest it? What do you say? I want to hear your opinion.
It's true. It's still
Tell
very
us
true.
why.
Because every human has time, everybody has space, everybody is a human, obviously. Everybody can work, even if you are paraplegic, and everybody should observe or has the ability to have law and order.
Okay, now listen closely. In your country, is this other statement I made also true? You come from the same country as myself.
Yes, sir.
Is that statement true that millions of our countrymen and compatriots are busy running helter-skelter looking for money?
Yes.
Why neglecting wealth? Busy looking for money while neglecting wealth. What can we say to our country then, or to our people? Is there any way we could ask people to stop, to just deliberate on this point? What do you think about that paradox of neglecting wealth that you carry about you everywhere, that is all around you, while you are looking for just a particle of it? How do you address that?
The only way people would change, stop looking for money and look for wealth instead is if they recognize the importance of the fact that it's not all about money, and then the fact that money.
No, it's about money, but money has to come from somewhere.
Yes.
So
Money doesn't really have the amount of power they give to it. It's wealth that should be ascribed all that power.
So what then is the superiority of wealth over money?
Wealth is like the mother, is like the source of money.
The grandmother. The mother is riches. The mother of money is riches. But the grandmother of all of them all is wealth. So what is the superiority of wealth over money? Anybody want to contribute? Yeah.
I think the superiority of wealth over money is that wealth is inexhaustible. Wealth is inexhaustible. Even if money finishes at hand, wealth can never be exhausted.
Okay?
Another thing I would like to add is that wealth creates money. When you realize your worth, it creates money for you. And then you asked something, you said, how do you convey this message to Nigerians? The thing about Nigerians is we're a very stubborn set of people. You don't, somebody comes to tell you, oh, stop chasing.
Stubborn set of people doesn't mean it's bad. That's
No,
a
it's
good.
not bad.
That's a very good quality.
It's a very good quality. It's a very good quality that can be misused. It's a very good quality that can be misused. And so you're there hustling, doing what you think is right in your mind, trying to make ends meet, and then somebody comes dressed in fancy clothes and tries to tell you that, oh, you know what, stop chasing money, chase what? And in your mind, you're like, who is this dreamer? So I think the only way to tell them is not to tell them. We should show them. When you say, oh, you know what, I have zeal, and look at what it did for me, something as common as that, because that's something that almost all of us have. So when
What about if we then say, what about if we tell the people you are talking about now, the masses that neglect wealth and look for riches because they are looking for people who have money? What about if we tell them that that person that you are looking to be like, that possesses money, that has money, that you are envying, that you want to be like, that person actually got his money from wealth? Is that what you're saying?
Show them, yes. Show them that by chasing wealth, or by discovering your wealth, because you're not chasing it, it's already there. By discovering your wealth, money comes from it. When they see that, oh, that's how that person got it, of course.
So we should take our time to convince people that every rich person you are looking at, every person that has money, got their money, either directly or indirectly, but from wealth. So that it is a waste of time for you to chase after shadows, to be chasing after money, when you could actually get connected to where that person got his money from, to the source of that money. Okay, so therefore, you are agreeing with me that everybody, look at the number 4, everybody therefore is equally as wealthy as any other person. Everybody therefore is equally as rich as any other person because they have equal access to wealth or to the source of riches like any other individual. Did you hear what I said? Can you repeat it?
He said everybody is equally rich with any other person because they have the same has any other person because they have equal access to
Okay, everybody is equally as rich as any other person because they have equal access to riches.
To wealth.
To wealth, rather, as any other individual.
Okay, anybody wants to say better? Every individual, every person in the world is equally as rich as any other person. Why? Just for one reason, because every one of them have equal access to the source of riches, which is wealth. So as long as every individual has access to wealth, they are equally as rich. If they will only reach out to the source of riches, which is wealth, which they have access to, and take advantage of it. So now the question is, how do we take advantage of it? How do we take advantage of riches? The wealth. How do we take advantage of wealth? How do we take advantage of the wealth of time? How do we take advantage of the wealth of space? How do we take advantage of the wealth of me, person, individual? How do we take advantage of the wealth of work? How do we take advantage of the wealth of order? That is now what we should be asking ourselves. How do we convert all these things to wealth? You people are silent. I'm afraid I'm saying things too complicated. Or I'm afraid I've lost you guys. Have I lost you? No. Okay, so let's start with the first wealth. The first wealth is which one? Time. Okay. You decide. You remember my title of the message is you are poor or what? Are you going to be poor? Are you going to be rich or poor? Okay, let's just base it on rich or poor. Are you going to be rich or poor? You decide. Now, so the person who is poor, let me first of all give you the algorithm of how he became poor or why he became poor. And the person who became rich, let me also give you the algorithm of why he became rich. Now, poor. You will never find, how do I say, should I begin rather with the rich? Bad news first. You want a bad one? Okay, time. Everybody, rich or poor, are made, everyone is made rich or poor by their attitude and value for time. You will never see a poor man that knows how to maximize time, hence he's poor. You lost me. And you will also never see a rich man that doesn't value time. The end result, the consequence, hence is rich. It's a little bit complicated, but yeah. So it is a major factor in wealth creation is attitude, reactions, mastery. What I'm trying to say is that show me a poor man and I will show you a man that has not mastered time. Not time management, but time conversion, which is totally different. Then show me a rich man, and I will show you a man that has managed at least to convert a significant amount of his time into value. So, if you see a poor man, he is poor. The fact that he is poor is only, the fact that he is poor is not the fact that he is poor is only a consequence. It's only an effect. That is not a cause. How do I say that in normal language? That's okay? Yes. The fact that he is poor, that is only an effect, you are saying. An effect of something. The cause is not that poverty. So when you see people who say, it's poverty, it's because of poverty that made them to, you see how the way our people look, it's poverty that has brought them to that place. It's poverty that has made them to become like that. It is poverty. It is poverty that has made them to become like that. No, poverty is never a cause. Reason is never a cause. Poverty is only an effect. An effect of what then? Poverty, therefore, is an effect or an effect of how a man has treated or related to time. So, the poor man is the man that did not know how to take mastery over time. He does not know how to convert time. But that is not even the worst thing with the poor man. I know I've been poor, so I know how poor men think. And they are all around me. I don't need to prophesy. I don't even need to do research. The attitude of the poor man is this. Holiday. How can I wind away the time? Or where can I? He's always busy looking for a partner who will wind away the time with him. That's the attitude of the poor man. That attitude leads to poverty. Then you have some break or you have some free time. You say, so how can I kill this time? This time is too, how long, how many days to do something? He said, 10 days. 10 days. 10 days before I travel. When I travel, everything will be there. So how can I make the time to pass quick? How can I kill the time so that it pass fast, so that I could reach? How many days? So it still remains 8 days to travel. Lord, don't let me just put on some series on TV, some TV series or some Facebook or some social network or some, how can I just kill their time? How can I just I need to find what to do. What can I just do? That's the attitude of every poor man in any country. But the attitude of the rich is holiday is a working day. And holiday is not just a working day, holiday is a busy day. Vacation is a conversion opportunity. If you never find a rich man that doesn't value time, that doesn't treasure time, and that doesn't maximize time. And that's why he's rich. Yeah, you go clap, you go clap. You go clap. Everyone is equally rich. Because everyone is equally endowed with wealth. But attitudes make the difference. Either you are going to have attitude of killing time, wasting time, or maybe I don't know I'm too old now, but I don't know the language people now use. But in my own time, people used to say to whine away time, or to kill time, or to spend time. I'm looking for what to spend time on. Let's just go and spend some time together. Let's just go and chill. What? Chill? That one I'm not aware. You know that one?
No.
Or you are closer to my generation. You are closer to my generation than to their own. She doesn't know.
There is chillax.
Go there. Chill. What about chill?
There's relaxing and chilling. Now there is chillaxing. To chillax. That's the one trending now. Yeah. To flex.
Okay, there's another one here. What?
To turn up.
What?
Turn up, say.
She said good.
You see the
Turn up.
Flex?
Yes.
What is flex again? I discovered one when I was in America. In America, everybody is working like Papa Carlo. Everybody is working like a slave, like in the plantation. The whole country is like a big plantation. Everybody is working like crazy. But if they are not working, there is one word they are all using. You know what word? Fun. They want to have fun. Everybody wants to have fun. Yeah. You are you aware? You had that? Do you also use that, or it's too old also? It's already old. Oh. So that was 10 years ago, the last time I was in America. But they said it's fun. Everybody's having fun. And the whole country is looking for money. Busy, working like crazy, like Uncle Sam. They are busy working like crazy. But when the time comes for them to create wealth, to maximize, to convert time into riches and wealth and value, that is when they will go and do fun. But when it's time to work for Papa Carlo, the one that doesn't make rich, the one that only gives salary, They go and do it with all their strength and their might. But the free time that they're supposed to use to convert, to benefit themselves, they go and be using it for fun. I don't know, if you get the difference.
Yes, sir.
Because the time they take serious that they must work is the time they are going for occupied job, employment. When they go for a job. So when they are at their job, that is when they are really working. They are giving their best. But as soon as they're off from that job, it's fun time. But they don't know that fun time is their own time. An opportunity for them to catch up with the job owner who just give them the job provider. It's their own little gap that they could use to convert and add value to themselves. And if you have not listened to my teachings on conversion, you need to go and listen. I have all these my teachings. You follow the links. You will see the teachings, all the other teachings you have missed. Over 500 teachings. Go and look for them. And you will see how to convert. What is conversion? And all that. How to maximize time. And also time. How to turn time to wealth. All that I've taught that already. So I will not talk much about that. I'm just telling you that everybody is already wealthy. But the attitude and response and reaction to time of the poor man and of the rich man is totally different. Because even the rich man, when he's relaxing, when he's in restaurant, he's doing contract. Even when he's on vacation, he's signing projects, he's doing projects, he's doing business plans. He's combining everything together. So his time of rest and his time of conversion is the same thing. So that is in connection to time. So will you be rich or poor in the new year? Well, if you are going to be killing time, you are actually not killing time, or it's not possible to kill time. You are killing your wealth. And you are killing your riches. That's what you are doing. So if you are killing time, it means you will not be wealthy, and you will not be rich, and you will not have money. People that have money and are rich are people who don't kill their wealth, who don't kill their riches, who don't kill time, because time is their riches and is their wealth. Are you following me? Next point. The difference between the rich and the poor is that it is often said that if you enter into the house of the rich, you will see a big study room or a big library. But if you enter the house of the poor, you will see a big television. No, not necessarily television now, but you understand. And not necessarily library, but you understand the idea. The rich person is always burying himself in library. What is he doing in library? It's called conversion. What is he doing in library? It's called added value. It's creating value and adding value to himself. What is he doing in library? Is looking for space. What is space? Where? Where can I find opportunity? He's looking for opportunities. Opportunities are always in space. You remember we said the greatest amount, wealth is time. The second greatest wealth is space. So why does he need library? Because wealth are in space. Somewhere, that is. Somewhere. And for you to find somewhere, you need to look where. You need to look up. That somewhere is called opportunities. Or to study, to be able to get where. Is it in education? Is it in exploration? Is it in mining? Is it in oil industry? It is their study and their constant adding of value to themselves that takes them there to where they are ready to now be able to explore that space, that place where wealth lies, and convert it. And it is that same study that they have done that helps them to convert that wealth from that space into riches. And it is the thing that gives them the skill to be able to apply the skill to convert space into riches. But if you enter into the house of the poor man instead of library, you discover not just television. There's some the big ones. What do you call them? Home theater and what something you plasma TV. Flat screen. I don't even know how to. You know, I have 46 of those things here in this my house. Flat screen, plasma, and what? Home theater. I have 46 of them. You know where they are? In the garage. How do you know? Who said? Only a few of them are not in the garage. But even the ones that are not in the garage, or maybe the children sometimes might, just have time when they have visitors. That's the only time they work. Why are you all looking at me like that?
It's money.
Huh?
It's money.
It's 46 of them in this house alone. Huh? Why 46? Because there was a time when we built the house, we were just equipping the house. So every apartment, every place has to have one. That was why we did that. Then we discovered that it's a distraction. And it's against the teachings that I'm doing. But if you don't put them before, it's like the house was not furnished. That's how the world. Until I had to command them to go and put them in the garage and leave one or two somewhere when necessary. Because they don't create wealth. They make you dumb. They steal away. You kill when you're watching TV and Facebook and internet and just, you are not adding value so much to yourself that way. You are just, you never discover space. The only space you will discover is in yourself. It's called emptiness.
Wow.
Emptiness, yeah, that's the space you will discover. Wow. Empty head. One day I was going to the office with some people in my car for the new year, and I was telling them that if you are not going to be asking questions, you will not sit with me in this car. Because why are you sitting here and you are sitting? It's just like you are sitting with Bill Gates, and then you are just looking at him like that, or you are looking at the ceiling of my car, as if that is what's going to enrich you. I said, if you are sitting with Bill Gates and you don't have questions, it means you are totally lost. It means you are totally silly. So I began to talk to them about the importance of questions. And so somebody asked me, what about if you don't have questions? Because you have been watching too much television. No, not television. What do you call plasma? Plasma. Yeah, it's because it is plasma in that head. No questions. Only plasma is there. Yeah. When there are no questions, it means that you have not been digging deep enough. When there are no questions, it means that you have not been in the library. So even if it is Bill Gates we put before you, you just be looking at him like goat, like village goat. You just be looking at him and be, what do you call that one? Blinking. You just blinking like this. Tell us something. He doesn't tell you anything, though. You have to ask something. Huh? What happened? Yeah, selfie. Selfie. Yeah, you'll be taking selfie. That is what empty people do. They'll be talking Instagram or something like that. That's what Satan likes. Go and sit in Instagram. Then your destiny is sure. You will never be rich. And you will never be. You keep on dreaming. Make it a dream. Keep on dreaming. Not me, I can prophesy for you. You are like those people in America. In classroom, you are serious. You are studying hard in classroom. But that is not the place. It is the education that you acquire by yourself. Self-education. By changing yourself with your own effort that remain with you. Those are the things that make you. Not the ones you acquire because they are classrooms. It's just like saying going to work or job and you say you are going to be rich that way. No, you only get salary. But you've been exploited. And you've just been cheated. But for you to make and build your own wealth, you've got to use your time to really acquire knowledge by yourself and for yourself. So, I don't know who is having selfie and plasma and what is it again you have? Huh?
Flat screen.
Flat screen. That's what it is, your world. Enjoy your life. Instagram is what I want to say. Instagram and Snapchat. Okay. I never heard that one before, but okay. So if that is your life, it means your reality is poverty. Let me just tell you the way it is. The prophecy is clear. That prophecy doesn't fail. It's the kind of prophecy that will surely come to pass. But if you are using every one of your time to look for opportunities, to build values in yourself, to build value chains in yourself, to convert, to constantly convert your time into skills, into values, into value chain, you will definitely be rich. You decide. Will you be rich or poor? You decide, my dear. You decide. So, how many points have I given?
But we're still on space-time.
So how do we convert? So we've told you how to convert time, how to convert space. Yeah. How do you convert you? It's the same thing. You convert you by adding value to yourself. And how do you add value to yourself? By constant self-education. And by constantly learning new skills. And constantly expanding your scope. Always converting time to added value. Through picturing. You know, I've done all the teachings on that. How to convert ideas into concrete products. There's a whole series I did like that. How to convert invisible things to visible things to physical things. There's a series of teaching that I do that. If you follow any of my teaching, if you look at any of my video, you will see they always say there, if you miss some of the messages, go press here to over 500 messages. So there are series of them. So how to convert, how to make invisible things visible, how to add value to yourself, how to create value chain in yourself, how to how to make, how to live in the world of ideas, how to live by faith, how to live in the future and bring that to now, So all that is already there also. So I will not go into the details. And the next one is work. I also did a whole series on work, right? The work series is called. Also go there, you'll be able to do more because all of them are about 20 hours each. Yes. So you need to go and learn them. But I will just, law and order. I've not done a series on law and order, but I'm going to do it. But what law and order basically means is being organized, system, organized. I think I did something about systems or structure of being organized. Did I do anything like that? Yeah, so, but I'm going to do on law and order concretely one time. So soon I will do on law and order. But on systems, if you go to HMT, the previous HMT is also there in those 500 something. Go to HMT, you see about systems there. Systems. So, so next point. Are you going to be rich or poor? Apart from all these are the fundamental things I've said, right? That we all have access to wealth and riches. Now it's about conversion. So should you convert? How should you live your life so that you will definitely convert yourself to wealth? And how do you live? And you are automatically converting yourself to poverty, right? So number 5. Next point. If it finishes, then you are going to wipe out and start again. Next point is, for you to be rich, you need to learn how to think. Rich people, they are thinking people. They are people of knowledge, and they are people of analysis. They are people who can think, who can analyze. Analytical thinking, strategic thinking, critical thinking. But for the poor man, he thinks thinking is a waste of time. Poor people, instead of thinking critically, instead of thinking analytically or strategically, poor people rather prefer to live by illusions, dreams, and miracles. While rich people rely on critical thinking, strategic thinking, analytical thinking, poor people always are expecting that God will bless them someday. They are hoping. They are always living in hope that God will do it by the grace of God. That maybe one day they will be lucky. If they do this, if they do that, that is mysticism. That is magic. If I take some offering there, if I go to church, if I pray very well, if I don't miss any service, if pastor will put hand on me, if I will be blessed, God might favor me. They are looking for favor. They are always expecting something from nowhere, nothing concrete. Why rich people are having concrete deals, concrete projects, concrete plans, concrete means, concrete strategies, concrete business plans, concrete relationships. But the poor people are always dreaming that tomorrow will be better than today. That I know I will make it tomorrow by the grace of God. I don't know how, but I know. Anytime you hear I don't know how, that's the poor man thinking. That's just the poor man thinking. That's the way they think. I just believe. They are always living in hope and expectations without any basis for it.
Trusting God.
You're thinking that they are trusting God. But God is not foolish. God cannot be manipulated.
Yeah, that's right.
He's not just going to go and say, okay, because you are trusting me, I will just go and violate all my own laws. And change all my order and protocol. But it's a God of order. So instead of dreaming and hoping that one day something will happen, I believe in the name of Jesus. I'm praying in the name of Jesus, by the grace of God. I hope in Jesus' name. Something by the grace of God. I think, I believe. That is how poor people think. And that you ask your father and your mother and your grandparents, that's how they were thinking.
That's true.
Yes, I believe God. I believe. So when they believe nothing happens, then they begin to marry and have children. Some of them will hope that they will marry somebody that is rich. And if that happens, it doesn't happen, then they say, okay, don't worry. We'll give our children, we'll give birth to children. That one of them, so they try to give birth as many as possible. Maybe one of them will be lucky. So they are just living for luck and expectation and hoping. So even out of these 9 children, at least one will marry a rich one, or one will just be lucky. So it is all about hope. So they will never be telling you children that their hope is connected to you. It is you, because that is just for you to know how the rich, how the poor people think. It's called living by illusions rather than living by facts. So, are you going to be rich or poor? Huh? No answer? Okay. Of course, no answer. You cannot just say rich. That's like in those churches. Shout amen! And the gullible people, the gullible people, the ignorant people, gullible, are thinking because they have just shouted that amen, their breakthrough has come. Stupidity of the highest order. They just think by that shout, oh, if the man of God has said it to shout, and I've shouted, finish, I go home blessed. Hey, we go see now. Amen, amen, hallelujah, hallelujah. Amen, amen. I receive. You receive, finish, and then you are trekking home. No even money for God. After you finish receiving, no even money for taxi. But but the rich people, instead of them to be chasing after illusions, you know, the way mirage, because it's chasing after mirage. And the mirage works is that as soon as you are looking forward like this, you are always hoping. You are sure, you are always sure. So if somebody tells you it's not there now, that's not the mirage. Just, but I know. But if somebody testified the other day, that's the way they came for the turnover night or crossover night. And then somebody prayed, and that's what happened. So they are putting illusions before you. They are putting some illusions and mirage before you. So you are always seeing the mirage. So there will always be testimonies. So, because without testimony, there is no mirage. So the mirage and illusions have to be created all the time. So you are looking at those mirage and saying, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn. Until you get to be 70 years old. Then the next turn that will come is coffin. Or what they call coffin again? Casket, coffin. That's your turn. The real turn. That one will not miss you, I tell you. Let Frank sit down little.
It's okay, thank you.
But instead of hoping like that, what do the rich people do? What do they do? First of all, they know that just by hoping, they cannot get the contract signed. They have to work for that contract to be signed. Rich people are people who have faith, but work for their faith. They demonstrate their faith by their works. They demonstrate their faith by their constant hard work. They demonstrate their faith by their constant hard work. They also know that if they don't do anything, nothing will happen. They know that if they don't do anything, nothing will happen. You remember the 3 laws of Newton? They know that everything will remain static until they put enough pressure and enough energy for things to happen. Not in the spirit only, but in real life. Number 2, they also know that the rate of the change they expect to have and the degree, the speed of the change depends on the intensity of the work they put in. They also know that without pain, intensity is not possible. Without pain, extra pressure is not possible to be put on a static object. Pain. Push comes with pain. speed comes with pain. So they are not living in the illusion that they could get to their success or they could get to be rich without stress, without perseverance, without pain, and without hard work. So they work hard for what they need. The rich people also know that every action will create, or what do you call it, equals either they are equal or opposite reaction. Equal and opposite reaction. Either it's going to be more or at least equal. So if they will not do anything, lack of action will lead to poverty, but maybe not just lack of thing, but it will be worse poverty. That they know that if they don't do anything, nothing will happen. If they don't sow, they will not reap. But if they sow, then they have faith that they will surely make it. As a result, what do the rich people do? And what do you have to do to be rich? You have to always use your free time. Every single minute you have, you always have to convert it to some form of added value to yourself or to some form of processes. Either process of studying or process of creating services or process of creating goods or process of just adding value to yourself through knowledge. So for you to be rich, even if you will not see what you are working towards or what you are reaching towards, just make sure that you keep on adding value to yourself. Make sure that you keep on getting more knowledge as much as possible. Make sure that you keep on getting yourself updated. Those are the people that miracles happen to. And the miracle is called time and chance. Time and chance only happen to people who are ready. Time and chance only happen to people who are constantly preparing. And time and chance only happen to people who are constantly working. Poor people are always dreaming that their work day will finish on time. They are always waiting for 5 o'clock to finish so that they will go home. And as soon as they finish their work day, that marks the end of their thinking process that day. And that marks the end of their work for that day. So poor people always work hard at their work or at their job. But once the job ends that day, they suspend their brains. They suspend their brain and they suspend all kind of work. They now think they have the right to rest. That's why they are poor. But rich people, after their normal official work time ends, they begin to run to go and get their mind busy. They begin to go and study to get their minds engaged. And they don't see that as work. They see that as self-development and as self-improvement. It is after they finish their official work that they begin to work properly on themselves. And that work is called conversion. And that is the one that gives them the success or the breakthrough that they have. For the poor man, even the process of thinking, for them is a pressure. To think is like work for them. For the poor man, thinking is also work. But for the rich man, thinking is an opportunity. It's not work. It's an opportunity. To the rich man, to think is to live. Not to think is not to live. For them, thinking itself is a necessary condition for even being alive. But for the poor man, thinking is like You are giving them extra work after they have finished their day job. It's that you are not fair to them. They will be complaining and giving you a lot of problems. But for really rich men, rich people, there is no 8 hours of work. There is no limited or regimented hours of work. They work all the time, in and out of season. But for the poor people, they are always waiting for the 8 hours to quickly pass. To them, it's like you are punishing them when you ask them to work 16 hours or 18 hours. They are always complaining. They think you are wicked if you are their boss. But the rich people, truly rich people, they work for 18 hours without even being asked. For them, if they have not worked for 18 hours, they have not worked at all, no matter how rich they are. So you decide if you are going to be rich or poor. Rich people are always engaged in processes. Poor people too are always busy with processes, but they are always busy with process of playing, process of joking, process of laughing about, or process of watching TV, television, entertainment, or having fun. But rich people are also always busy with process, but they are always busy with process of analysis, analyzing. They are always busy with process of planning. They are always busy with the process of strategizing. They are always busy with the process of tackling the future, thinking of what to do in the future and how to make the future, how the future should be. They are planning and building the future from today. They are always busy with the process of improving something, always improving something. They are always busy with the process of always changing something. They are always busy with the process of always creating something, creative thinking, creating something, coming up with some ideas, proposing. They are always thinking of the process of getting better results or improved results. Next point. Poor people, and if you are going to be poor or rich, this one will help you. Poor people are always thinking and focusing on desires, wishes, and wants. So they are always looking at the new car that has just passed across the street. Wow, what a car. Wow. Wow, I wish I could have that one day. Wow, I like that car. Ah. Wow, I like that wristwatch. Wow, what a house. Look at the beautiful house. I wish I could live in that kind of house. They are always being carried away with what the rich have and what the rich possess. Not on how the rich got it, but on what. But the rich is always focused on how, on the path that took him there, on the discipline, on the price he needed to pay to have what he has now. Not on the flashiness of the thing itself. Not on the what, but on the how. If you are going to be rich, you have to begin to focus on the how rather than on the what. Can you imagine that sometimes when I come on television, people are asking me, wow, you have so many suits, how many do you have? You have so many clothes. But I don't even know I have clothes. I'm not even aware. Because when you are the one that has them, you are more focused on the process of creating rather than on the what. Not the creating the suit, but creating yourself. For example, this is my house. You know, it's the biggest house in Kyiv and environs. This is the capital city of Ukraine, and Okivsky Oblast is the biggest house, no bigger house. If you are going to see it as one house, right? That's what I 2,200 square meters. So everybody in this country, everybody say, I dream to have this kind of house. Oh, I wish I could have that kind of house. But do you know, the person who owns the house, I don't even know I have a house. Because I'm too busy getting myself, adding value to myself to begin to think about the house that I have. I don't even know I have a house. I don't even think about it. I don't even remember. It was yesterday for the first time that I remember that I got to know how many cars I have in this house. I never even counted it. I never even knew how many cars. It was Igor that just told me yesterday here when I was teaching that we have 5 cars. Because people who are rich, that is so, it's too basic. It's too, yeah, it's too vain. It's too vain. That is nothing. Because, for example, I'm going to leave Ukraine here, and I'm not going to take the house home. And I'm not even going to sell it. I'm going to go to dash the church or dash somebody. Because that's not what made me. If I have built enough substance in myself, that substance will give me any kind of house that I will need later on. So that process of building substance is more important than what I own or what I have right now. Because what I have is already past. What I own is already past. I am building something that is capable of bringing what I've not seen. Not also, just making myself bigger so that I'll be able to handle invisible things that are still coming. Because everything that you see is temporal. You are busy building yourself up for something bigger, for some vision that I don't see. And I'm not living for house or car. I don't even think about them. I'm thinking about eternal things. How to change the world, how to change people's lives, how to help people, how to improve myself, how to be able to expand the kingdom. On invisible things. See, it's just like saying you have $1 billion. And then somebody said you have an account also where you have one account where there is $1 billion. Then they say you have an account where there is 200 naira inside. And you are now running to go and chase after an account with 200 naira. Are you crazy? You don't even want to know it exists. Even me now, I have accounts in Nigeria that has $100,000 in them in naira. I think that's what I put inside. But you see, the way naira was somersaulting, I don't even know that account exists or is not existing anymore. I don't even find that. I don't even know, remember the account again. I don't even know if it's existing or not. Why? Because yes.
Can I clap, sir?
I don't even know what has happened to it because it kept on devaluating. So what I'm saying, I'm just trying to make basic examples to you that people who become wealthy, people who become rich, are busy converting wealth. All these things I say that the rich people are doing, that is the process of conversion of wealth. I'm too busy converting the wealth of myself into value. I'm too busy converting the wealth of my time into value. I'm too busy converting the wealth of space into value. I'm too busy converting the wealth of order and law and order into value than to be thinking of some little. It's just like you are going to heaven and you'll be saying that, okay, which house here on earth can I take with me to heaven? Are you sick? If you will be busy with wealth, you will never bother about money. You'll never be concerned about money. Just be busy with wealth. Just be busy processing wealth. Just be busy converting wealth. Money will never be your problem. And of course, one of the things that people do, rich people do, is that they are always adding value to themselves. And that is through knowledge. And especially when it comes to the knowledge of the laws of money. And I have 50 hours of training on the laws of money. They are in one of those links. 50 hours. All the laws of money you ever think about that the rich people know. Go and sink yourself in them. Go and bury yourself in that knowledge. That's what the rich people always do. They always add that value to themselves. Getting to know the laws of money. Why the poor people are always dreaming and hoping for luck and for miracles. And for all those lists that you are giving me.
Witchcraft, connection, status, parents.
Instead of chasing after illusions, rich people are busy converting the laws to become flesh in themselves. So don't be too carried away. The other time in Nigeria, I saw a newspaper article, it became a sensational article, whereby they took the picture of one of the richest men in Nigeria. His name is Otedola or something. Yeah. So that Otedola guy was using a telephone, cheap telephone. Yeah? Nokia telephone. And he went to see the president with that Nokia telephone. He was there with the president. And everybody was laughing. He doesn't know how to enjoy. How can he be a billionaire? And this guy is a billionaire in dollars. Because it's not carried away by, you see what I'm saying now? It's just like me, somebody say, what telephone am I using? I don't even have any telephone, sir. And I don't have wristwatch. No time. So the poor people are the people who are busy with the artificial, superficial things, carried away with some nonsense, deception and illusions. I want to have this, I want to dress like this, I want to do. They are too big, they are making substandard, secondary things primary. Things that are not important, they are making out of it some big stuff. I have a whole box like this, a whole box like this. They bought it, my assistants bought it specially. You know what they did with them? What the box is? The box is just, they bought it, they went to the shop to buy it. I don't even know who. They went to buy it because they were picking up in my house all kind of wristwatches that I've been giving. People are giving me, because they think, why am I not having wristwatch? So everybody is giving me wristwatch. So I have a box, right, where they put them like that, in rows of wristwatches. The box, the way it's there, somewhere there. I don't even know where it is again. All of them full of wristwatches. One pastor in Nigeria said, I want to sow into you. So I said, what do you sow? He went, he came, and I said, it's Rolex. I said, how much is this Rolex? $25,000. I just, in food, I gave to my, I said, go do whatever you want. I don't know what you did with it up to now. Because when you are busy, with substance, with things that really matter, with self-development, self-construction, you are not swayed by artificial things like wristwatch, 25,000. So stop chasing after shadows. Don't let your life be a life that is built around emptiness. Shadow, emptiness. I have this, I have this, I have that, I have this. Let the source of your joy become the content that you build inside yourself. Let the joy and satisfaction of your life become what you build inside, not what you build outside. Now, if you have built inside already, and you are so, let's say you are weighing 200 kilograms inside, and now you are wearing anything you want, that is okay. Or you are having all the things, that's okay. Because that is just 1% or 2% of what you are worth. But when you worth nothing inside, and you want to wear a crown outside, who are you deceiving? It's just like you're stinking inside and you are making makeup. What makeup? The smell goes chase everybody away. Be more interested in content. Do you know my children? You will never believe that they were their children. They don't dress, they don't wear any clothes, they don't look nice. I mean, not when they are posing. If they are posing for for photographs, they are different because they have to do shows or shots, just for. But normally, you don't see them dressing or wearing anything special or any. They're just regular people because they have been taught that is. Be busy building content. One time I was telling my son that he went and took one of my belts. The belt, I don't even know, maybe it's called $500 belt. I said, why is it that it's this one you took? He said, it's a nice one. I said, do you know how much it's costing? He said, no. He said, it just looks nice. I said, go and take it back. By the time you have worked and you have made yourself to worth that, when you have made 100 times, 1,000 times that amount, then you go and be taking that one. You have not done anything to dress. You have not deserved to dress. Don't be dressing emptiness. You are empty inside, you are putting a cloth on emptiness. Who are you deceiving? Make sure that you get there first. Have content first before you think of dress. But poor people, they are always looking for all the things that the flashy people, rich people have. When they don't have the content. And they think that the poor people, the rich people who have those things are thinking about them. No! They are thinking about all those things, they don't mean anything to them anymore because they are thinking about the real thing, that the wealth that brought them to those things. That's why they change the cars, because the cars don't mean anything to them. They can change it easy. Because they are focusing on the wealth itself, from where those things are coming from. But you, without having any wealth at all, you are going to buy flashy car, flashy clothes, flashy this. How can you be spending more money on telephone than what $10 is spending? Are you totally crazy? Or $10 is a billionaire in US dollars. You are spending more money on telephone than he is spending. You really think with your head. So that's the way poor people, that's why they will remain poor. And they will be blaming everybody else. It is my mother that is to blame, my father didn't give me money, my relatives didn't help me. How can they help you? They are not foolish. My uncle in the place, my uncle in London, my uncle at home, my uncle this. They didn't help, they didn't remember. Of course they don't remember. because they want you to create your own relevance, to add your own value to your own life. So don't be chasing again after the shadows and illusions and mirage like everybody in the world. Be busy constructing yourself from inside. Be busy adding value to yourself from inside. Be busy, pumping yourself up with knowledge, with grace, with quality. Be busy working on your inner man. Be busy working on adding value. Just be busy with the right stuff. Be busy with your vision, with purpose, with your passion, with developing content. That's what will make the difference at the end of the day. Give the round of applause. Next point. Poor people are always busy worrying about problems, about one problem or the other. That is like a profession. That is like every poor person you meet in the world. They are always engaged, busy, talking among themselves, or even if he's not talking to anybody, he's always thinking. Instead of him to be thinking how to add value, instead of him to be thinking critically, instead of him to be thinking, adding, analytically or strategically, instead of him to be thinking constructively. Poor people everywhere, they are always thinking about their problems. If you cannot resolve it, leave it. Leave it and go and be adding value to yourself in the meanwhile. By the time you add enough value to yourself, then you will be fit to come and handle that problem, instead of just being worried about it and thinking about it. And that is what is keeping a lot of people in poverty. Instead of them to be busy with wealth, converting wealth, they are busy thinking about what they don't have or what is not working the way they want it. So they are not busy with conversion, they are not busy with wealth, they are not busy with time, they are not busy with space, they are not busy with themselves, they are not busy with law and order, but they are not busy working, but they are busy worrying. Worrying about what has happened and what has not happened, and what didn't happen like that, what they don't have, and a lot of people, you remember I showed you about servants. The servants that I showed you, because most of them are autistic or have some problem like that. One major factor why they are geniuses like that is because they don't worry about anything. Because of their condition, they don't have time to worry. And that's their greatest blessing to themselves. They don't worry about anything. They just think about construct, they just focus. So poor people are busy worrying about problems. But that time that you are using to worry, what you are supposed to have been doing is engaging those 5 sources of wealth. And that's what Satan wants to get you not to do. He wants to get you not to be engaged with those 5 sources of wealth, but to be busy worrying about superficial things, so that you waste your life, waste your energy, and by the time you come back to yourself, no value has been added. You are just empty inside. But rich people, no matter what's happening to them, if they are in problem, they are busy working, converting their time, looking for opportunities for space, working, developing themselves, adding value to themselves, mastering law and order. Is it Eleanor Roosevelt, right? who says that great minds think about ideas, right? I mean, ideas. Huh? They discuss ideas. Mediocre discuss other people, and small minds, little minds, discuss problems. They are only discussing problems. And mediocres, failures, discuss other people. They are busy spreading rumors about other people. Reading magazines. You know, watching some TV programs that are just based on rumors and scandals. While you are busy spreading rumors and reading about somebody else's scandal, you are wasting. You are neglecting your riches and wealth. And that person you are laughing at, is it Shakadan or what they call them? Some women in America, they call Shakadan or something. Yeah.
Waste of time.
I don't even know. I know that something something like that. Do you know that some people who are reading about those Kardashians and something? You have time. The Kardashian person is making money, and you are making news. You are making news about her, and they are making money out of YouTube. So what I'm saying is that mediocres are the people who are busy reading about other people instead of them adding value to themselves. Talking about other people, spreading rumors and talk about other people instead of them to be busy adding value, converting time, converting space, adding value to themselves, studying and mastering, law and order, and working, engaging work. They are busy talking about some Bobrisky or and then those are the mediocres. But these little minds, the ones that are finished, they are the ones who are just talking about problems. They are angry at the whole world. My uncle, my brother, my father, my mother, my sister. They didn't do this, they didn't do this. Next point, please. If you want to be rich or poor, you decide. While the poor people are discussing problems and other people, the rich are constantly looking for new ideas and new problems to solve. They are not running away from problems, though. They are looking for them. Next point. Sorry?
The rich are discussing.
They are not discussing. They are looking new ideas and new problems to solve. Next one. While poor people are busy regretting, that's another thing poor people do. They always regret. They're always busy regretting. Oh, if I had known. Oh, if this had happened. Oh, if I had not. Oh, if I had been there. Oh, why didn't I know? Oh, why didn't they tell me? Oh, why didn't they? Anyway, Why poor people are busy regretting about one thing or the other. Rich people are busy challenging themselves about new tasks, new goals, new vision, and new challenges. Next point. Why the poor people are busy being afraid of doing one thing or the other. I'm afraid of going to that church. I don't know what they will say about me. I'm afraid of watching that program. Maybe my pastor will see my name. I'm afraid of posting that. I'm afraid of posting that comment or posting that share of that program. Maybe somebody will see it or they will know. They are living one fear or the other. Why people are living one fear or the other? Oh, I'm afraid of traveling. Oh, I'm afraid of testing that. I'm afraid of trying that idea. I'm afraid of losing money. I'm afraid of my people will not understand. Poor people are always living in one fear or the other, afraid of taking new steps. What are the rich people doing that time? They are busy taking risk. They are busy risking. Next point. Why poor people are busy hoping that something will happen one day. Somebody will call. Favor will come. Hoping that tomorrow will be better than today. The rich are busy working beyond the clocks, going extra miles, sacrificing and persevering in attaining their goals. That was number what? Okay, let me give you one more. Number 12. While poor people are busy wasting time and resources, they keep on wasting time and other resources, other sources of wealth. They keep on wasting them. The rich, on the other hand, are pushing themselves to the limit so that they could become experts in taking advantage of those riches. They push themselves to become experts in taking advantage of time. They push themselves to become experts in exploring space. They push themselves to become experts in developing themselves. They push themselves to become experts in law and order. They push themselves to be experts in whatever work they do.